In this video, you're gonna find the secret behind the secret behind the secret, and it's really important that you listen all the way through because you're gonna thank me, I promise you. You've studied the law of attraction. You've journaled, visualized, made vision boards, whispered affirmations in the dark. You were taught that life is a kind of a deal with the universe, with God. You hold the right frequency and it will deliver what you asked for. You match the vibration and love, money, success, health, all of it will just find you. But I'm here to tell you a secret. You don't make deals with God. You don't make deals with the universe. God is the creator. You are the created. And when you try to negotiate your way into miracles, you step out of alignment with your true power, because this isn't about earning, it's about becoming. So if you've been doing all the right things and nothing's changing, if you're tired of feeling like the universe owes you something for all your inner work, keep listening, because the truth about how reality shifts is not what you think. So welcome to my channel. This is Serenity in You. I'm Shira, and this is the secret behind the secret. So let's begin. Let me ask you something. If we really shift realities every second, if life rearranges itself in response to our inner state, then why does it so often feel like nothing is actually changing? Why do we still wake up in the same apartment, walk through the same routines, carry the same questions? Why do some areas of our lives transform beautifully, while others remain stubborn, heavy, and still? You've probably done the work. You've meditated, repeated mantras, tried to act as if. You've been told that this is a vibrational game. And in some ways, it is. But what they don't always tell you, maybe they do, but it is hard for us to understand it or hear it, is that when you treat reality like a transaction, you stop being a creator and start being a beggar. You think, I'll hold this frequency, I'll do my part, and then God or the universe or source will keep their end of the deal, which is true. But when we think about it as a transactional thing, the manifestation just can't happen. And keep listening to the video and you will start to understand, because it's not that easy. It's really, really subtle. But because you see, there is no deal. That's not how this works. You are not here to negotiate with divinity. You are here to embody it. You have to be it and forget about the outcome, with no attachment at all to the outcome. As long as you remember that you're waiting for something, you ruin your whole manifestation process, and it's hard to do it because we are waiting, right? But we want to embody it, because the moment we embody it, we are it. You see? And when it comes to the things your heart aches for the most, like real love, real connection, real belongings, those things don't respond to pressure. They respond to truth. You can't fake your way into love. You can't manipulate the timing of a miracle, because it's a miracle, right? You become it. You become the version of you. You become the version of you who lives in a new timeline, not because you earned it, but because you finally stopped pretending and surrendered to who You truly are. This is what surrender means. So, if you've been walking this path for years, if you've done the courses, read the books, maybe even teach this stuff, and you're still wondering, how come I didn't manifest this? I want to speak to that part of you that's tired, the one that whispers, what else do I need to fix? The answer might not be more effort. It might not be more healing, more clearing, more aligning. It might be as simple as stopping the performance and coming home to yourself. We're told that every moment we step into a new version of reality, and technically that's true, but let's get honest. If every second brings a new version of you into a new version of the world, why does it still feel like you're looping through the same story? The reason is simple and a little uncomfortable. You're not shifting based on your desires, you're shifting based on your identity. The vibration of yours isn't what you want. Your vibration is who you believe you are. Beneath the surface, beneath the journaling and the vision boards and the glowing mantras you whisper at night. You don't manifest what you're wishing for. You manifest what you're a match to. And most of us are a match to what we've lived over and over. That's why we shift realities constantly, but the difference feels microscopic. It's not because the universe is ignoring you. It's because you're bringing your past self into every new timeline. You see, we're all carrying frequencies that were built in childhood, frequencies soaked in fear, abandonment, lack, shame, or just plain survival. And those frequencies don't get erased just because you had a great meditation or you felt high vibe for an afternoon. Real vibrational change happens when your core identity shifts, when you stop trying to manipulate life into giving you what you want, and you start embodying the energy of someone who already lives in that reality, not as an act, not as a deal, as a truth. That's the part that spiritual teachings often leave out. You don't trick the universe into responding to you. You become someone it can't help but reflect. So let's talk about the part nobody wants to admit. That on some level we all believe we made a deal. A sacred, unspoken deal with God, or the universe, or whatever name you give to the infinite. And it sounds like this. I'll do the work. I'll clean up my vibration. I'll heal my childhood wounds. I'll repeat the affirmations, surrender, visualize, breathe through the pain. And in return, I'll get what I want. Sounds reasonable, right? But here's the truth. There is no deal. You can't bargain with creation. You're not owed a reward for your suffering. You don't get love because you earned it. You don't get abundance because you meditated more than your friends. You don't get clarity because you cried enough in therapy. And that's not because life is unfair. It's because you were never supposed to earn anything. And many spiritual teachers repeat that. But I guess we're too programmed to understand that. You're not here to prove yourself worthy. You're here to remember that you already are. So when life doesn't give you what you want right away, when the relationship doesn't show up, when the business doesn't take off, when the healing doesn't come fast enough, It doesn't mean you did it wrong. It means the vibration of transaction is still running in the background. Did you hear that? I'm gonna say it again. It means that the vibration of transaction is still running in the background. It means you're still trying to get instead of simply becoming. And let me tell you, reality doesn't respond to effort. It responds to resonance. It responds to the frequency of truth. When you drop the deal, when you stop treating your spiritual path like a spiritual hustle, something radical happens. You soften, you open, you stop micromanaging the mystery, and suddenly things shift. Not because you forced them to, but because you finally let the universe do what it does best, and that is the allowing part. You allow the universe to mirror back the version of you who isn't trying anymore, just being. There comes a point where trying harder starts feeling like begging. You've been doing the inner work, you've been patient, grateful, focused. You see, you've done so many affirmations, so many meditations, and at first you think, maybe I messed up. Maybe I need to raise my vibration more, dig deeper, be more aligned, and years are passing by, so you double down. You try to be more grateful, more surrendered, more high frequency, and you look at other people that are getting what you want and you say, how come? I'm more than this, I'm more than this. But deep down, you're exhausted, not from the desire itself, but from the pressure to prove that you're ready for the life you want. You feel like you're doing everything right, but the universe isn't holding up its end of the deal. And that's the problem. You're still in the mindset of a deal. Trying harder often means you don't believe you already are. Trying harder means you're trying to earn what already belongs to you. Let me say something that might feel radical. Your desires don't come when you're good enough. They come when you're honest enough. When you stop pretending to be ready. You're not supposed to pretend. You just want to let yourself be real. You want to be confused. You want to be open, messy, raw, soft. That's when something breaks open. Because that's when you stop acting for the universe and start standing as yourself. And that version of you, that's the one reality responds to you. So let's talk a little bit about letting go, because letting go isn't a passive thing. Letting go is not giving up. It's not apathy. It's not detachment. It's not spiritual indifference. Letting go is raw courage. It means you've stopped trying to twist the universe into shape. It means you trust that reality doesn't need your control in order to work out. It means this: I no longer need a guarantee before I open my heart again. I no longer need a timeline to believe in my future. I no longer need to manage the how, the when, or who. That's not passivity. That's deep alignment. Most people cling to their desires like lifelines. They beg reality for signs, for proof, for progress, looking at numbers and other signs. Don't understand that once all the signs are disappearing and they can trust their inner source, then this is it. They are there. But every time you grasp your signal to life that it's not here yet, that you're not ready, that you still don't trust, letting go is what happens when you realize, I've already arrived, I'm here, I'm already whole, my desires isn't a missing piece, it's an echo of who I already am. Meaning you don't need a mirror, you give, meaning you don't treat the reality as a mirror, you don't care about the mirror. You are the creator, you are creating the mirror. When you release the grip, you don't lose momentum, you become the momentum. You become the energy that draws in what matches you. Not because you're striving, but because you've made space. So you might be wondering now, okay, so if I'm not supposed to try harder or beg or make deals, what am I supposed to do now? So here's the answer. Live the vibration. That's all. Not because you're trying to get something from it, but because it's who you truly are. If your future self lives in peace, start practicing peace now. If they speak kindly to themselves, start today. If they walk with joy, start putting music on in the mornings. If they have loving people around them, become the kind of person people want to be around. Stop treating alignment as a tool for results. Start living it because it feels like home. You don't become magnetic by trying to manipulate the field. You become magnetic by becoming honest, fully honest about what feels right, what feels natural, what feels like the truest version of you. Because you are the field, you are the vortex, you are the field. I don't know how else to say it. And you'll know you've stepped into that version when you stop looking at life sideways, waiting for it to kick in. It's not coming, it's already here. It's not on its way, it is not coming, you are not waiting, it is already here. And you know it by the way you feel. It's just needed the real you to show up. You're not waiting for your life to begin. You're not waiting for love or purpose or freedom or money. You're not on pause, you're becoming. Every quiet morning you showed up for yourself, that was you becoming. Every breakdown that cracked you open instead of breaking you, that was you becoming. Every time you put your hand on your heart and chose compassion over control, becoming. And if it feels slow, it's only because the part of you that still believes in that deal is dying. The part of you that says, if I do this, I'll get that. If I suffer enough, I'll be rewarded. But what's coming alive is the version of you who doesn't make trades with life. They just leave. And life matches them naturally, inevitably, effortlessly, immediately. So no, this isn't about doing more, fixing more, taking more time, trying harder. It's about remembering you were never broken, you were never behind, and you were never forgotten. You've been shifting realities all along. Now you're finally choosing the one where you stop chasing and start receiving. So let's talk a little bit about expectation, because expectation is not alignment. Expectation is a sneaky vibration that feels spiritual, but often it blocks everything. Because what expectation are really saying? I've done the work, so something should happen now. Or I've held the frequency, where's my reward? Where's my money? Where's my new apartment? Where's my soulmate? Or I've stayed positive all week. Why am I still alone? And I can continue, of course. But listen to this. Expectation is often masked control. It pretends to be hope, but it's really pressure. And when you expect a specific outcome, no matter what it is, at a specific time, in a specific way, you choke the flow of life. Because real manifestation, we never know what the universe is going to bring us. It could be in any form, meaning we can be in a rich vibration and the universe can bring us money, or it can bring us many ideas or many presents or free stuff. You see, these are rich too. So basically with expectation, you signal to the world that you're not trusting, you're measuring, you're keeping score, but reality isn't Amazon Prime. You don't click manifest and track the delivery. You become the version of you who already lives inside the life you want, and then you live, you breathe, you enjoy the unfolding without squinting at the horizon asking, is it here yet? Because in order to manifest, you're supposed to already feel that it is here. This is supposed to be the feeling. There isn't even supposed to be an it. It is all you have to feel that everything is okay and nothing is missing. Because you just have to find the vibration. For example, if you want a relationship, you have to feel how it would feel like if you had a relationship right now and feel it. How it would feel like if you had money, a lot of money, meaning how it would feel like if you had a best friend. You see, and then feel it, be it, embody it. And then let go of timeline, let go of the countdown, let go of the subtle threat that says, if this doesn't show up by X, I'll lose faith. That's not alignment, that's a deal. Again, expectation limits, presence expands. Before I end this video, I want to talk about one last thing, how to stay in the new you when the old you tries to come back. So let's be real, you've had glimpses of the version of you. You want to be calm, loving, clear, confident, aligned, powerful, free. You felt them. Everything was okay, it was wonderful. You maybe even lived in them for a few hours or days. But then something happens, a trigger, a fear, a thought, a quiet thought that says, who are you kidding? And just like that, the old version slides back in. Not because you failed, but because the familiar always tries to reclaim its throne. So how do you stay in the new you? You don't fight the old you. You witness them. You say, I see you. Fear or neediness or doubt or insecurity. I see you. You don't have to go away, but you don't drive anymore. You are not me. And then you hold the new frequency gently, not as armor, not as performance, but as truth. You practice showing up from this version. You let your thoughts, actions, even your posture match them. What would they say in this moment? How would they respond? Would they chase? Would they prove? Would they panic? No. You can even allow yourself to be loving to yourself and soft to yourself and sit and cry. That's perfectly fine, because maybe before you wouldn't allow yourself to do that. They would breathe, they would pause, they would trust that everything is okay. You stay in the new you by choosing it again and again and again. Not because it's perfect, but because it's true. Every time you choose the new version, even if it's shaky, even if it's only lasts 5 minutes, you're making it stronger. You're making it real. This is embodiment, not theory, not wishing. It's living. Maybe that's all you were ever being asked to do. Not to fix every wound, not to chase every dream, not to win the game of getting it right, just to become the version of you who stops running, who breathes deeper, who looks at life and says, I'm already here, I'm already home, and anything that comes from this place is welcome. No more deals, no more bargaining, just presence, just truth, just you. Because the moment you stop trying to arrive is the moment you realize you already did. If this message spoke to you, please like, share, or leave a comment below. I would really love to hear what you are thinking about this. I'd love to see what part resonated most. And if you feel called to share this with someone who might need it, I truly hope I managed to express it clearly. Thank you for listening. I'm so grateful you're here. And take care.